After attacking the Allied convoy and sinking 2 merchant vessels, I have decided to break contact completely to resume our original course of 250. U-2513 performed excellently during the depth charge bombardment. The Tommies were spinning in the complete wrong direction. With our crawling motors, we were able to flee, seemingly undetected at a speed of 4 to 5 knots. We have resumed our original course at 250, heading towards our patrol area of BB-96. I expect we will encounter more Allied vessels en route to our destination. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back aboard U-2513 as we continue our first patrol. It's currently November 30th, and the boat continues to head towards her destination, which is grid BB-96. As you can see, we are at periscope depth. That is because the sun has just set, and we are going to raise the snorkel and begin recharging our batteries. So let's go ahead and raise our scope. I did raise the snorkel just for a little bit, just past noon here. We're going a little fast. The vibrations are interfering with visibility here. Let's see, do a quick scan, make sure nothing is out and about. I suppose I should be using the observation periscope for this. Not seeing anything in the immediate area, so we should be good. Down scope and raise the snorkel. Go ahead and turn on the diesels and begin recharging those batteries so they're at 100% for when we need them. The boat is currently in grid AK-66, and we have traveled a fair way since our last encounter with the enemy. 382 kilometers, as a matter of fact. That is a long ways, actually, much farther away than I originally thought, but that's all right. And by the noise, the diesel engines are operating. We have quite a few tired crewmen here. They are in their quarters, though, trying to get some rest. And if we use the external camera, we can see our snorkel sticking up here with the radar warning receiver on. So that will help give us an early warning if an aircraft is coming in, hopefully. But all right, and you can see one of our propellers has stopped as one diesel engine is recharging the batteries. Very cool. Currently going 3 knots with the snorkel up. That's fine. We'll keep going 3 knots for the time being, and hopefully we don't get bombed. The torpedo situation is pretty good. We have like 16 torpedoes left, so we can still do quite a lot of damage if we encounter an enemy convoy, which I hope we will traveling this route. We've received a few reports of enemy hunter-killer groups out here in the North Atlantic, really grid AL. There was one near this sinking, and there was also one near this sinking back here in AL-52, so they're definitely searching for us and slowly hunting us. We'll see if we end up encountering one of those in the days to come. Other than that, that's really all I have to report on for the time being. Nothing else has really happened. Just sailing, raising our snorkel, recharging batteries, and continuing onward. Well, here we go. We've received a report of an enemy ship, or possibly enemy ship, heading east. Speed is slow, so we're going to guess she is going around 7 knots. I'm turning our boat around, as you can see, and see if we can hunt this vessel down. So let's wait till we've completed our turn. However, at 7 knots, excuse me, in 1 hour, she goes pretty much 13 kilometers. That's a good baseline, so she'll be here in 1 hour. It's currently 1600 hours local time. Okay, let's wait for this turn to be complete. Ever so slowly. I have quite a large turn radius. We could raise our snorkel as well, but we'll make this approach submerged. What's our battery power at? Battery power's okay. We're going to burn through it pretty quickly, trying to hunt this target down. Looks like we will be here in 8 hours. Let's go standard speed. Yeah, let's increase that speed up a little bit. See how long it'll take us to reach this point. 5 hours, 4 hours, and 12 knots. Okay, 4 hours. So, in 4 hours, she'll move, what? 7 knots, 4 hours? Okay, 51 kilometers. I read the wrong one there for a second. So, 51 kilometers. I just like having them side by side here. Okay, it'll be very close. Okay, we're going 14 knots, so maybe we can shave some time off here. The problem is how fast we're going to burn our battery power. I don't believe we have 4 hours of battery power at this speed. Yeah, they won't give it to you while submerged. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's go full for a second. We'll sprint 16 knots. Let's take a look at our boat. If it comes down to it, we could always surf it or raise our snorkel, recharge, and continue sprinting. Look at how fast those propellers are turning. Holy cow, that is that is pretty awesome. Gosh, it is impressive how fast this thing can go underwater. The problem really is battery power. I mean, look how fast. I mean, I think I can literally see that needle moving. So, yeah, 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'll get it down to 50%, pop up the snorkel, and then continue the sprint. We should be able to make contact with this merchant vessel, hopefully before she reaches this point. Okay, we have established contact with the enemy vessels here. We have 2 of them apparently on hydrophone. They're moving away, bearing 334 and 337. Let's see, are they still heading east? Yeah, it looks like they are heading east more or less. Let's go ahead and mark them one more time. And our battery's getting awfully low here. I may have to pop up our snorkel, recharge our batteries a bit, and kind of just slowly gain on them here. Okay, it looks like they're on a heading of 085 degrees. Drag this line out, and we can get rid of all this other nonsense here. So we're currently making 9 knots. Battery power is depleting rapidly, but we have their course and kind of their speed. I highly doubt we're going to be able to see them. They're pretty far away. Oh, around 9 kilometers away. Okay, let's slow down and take a peek. And we can kind of match their course. And we'll slowly gain on them throughout the day here. Or night, I should say. Okay, we'll wait for our boat to completely slow down. Then we'll pop up our periscope. You give me... report on the nearest contact, please. 307. All right, up scope. Okay. Yeah, okay. I highly doubt you're going to be able to see anything with YouTube compression, but I see 2 targets. This one back here looks like a large merchant ship, and then a smaller vessel is in the lead. Yeah, definitely a smaller vessel back there. It has its stack in the rear. So one of them... Actually, that one in the rear kind of looks like a Granville type freighter. Of course, I could be wrong, but let's just flip and see. So the lead one looks like a coastal freighter or something similar to this. It's that profile. One, yeah, I think the one in the rear is a Granville freighter. Very difficult to see, so I could be very, very wrong. But those are targets worth pursuing, I think. Nothing else is going to be out here. Okay, well, the chase has begun. We're going to have to outpace these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up my snorkel. We have their position now. We're going to recharge our batteries and continue the chase. Well, we managed to get around them, actually. We are now in the lead here. So let's adjust our course slightly and try to maneuver into a position that is suitable. What do we have loaded? G7E. Okay, we want to unload these fats. Let's go ahead and get them out. Let's check on the crew, dare I? Yeah, they're actually all right for the most part. Switch out some of these officers. Okay, we're going to begin unloading these torpedoes. How long will it take? 3 minutes for each. Well, that's unacceptable. We'll put some petty officers in the bow torpedo room just to get it done a little quicker. Reduce that time, cut a minute off it. Yep, 1 minute, 50 seconds. Perfect. Okay, this is looking good. It looks like that course of 085 was wrong. They could be going 090 like originally anticipated, but we'll see. We are in a pretty darn good spot. Okay, 1 torpedo is unloaded. Let's reduce speed down to like 2 knots. No need to burn this battery power now. Okay. Should be unloaded. Perfect. Let's just load some regular G7E torpedoes. Oh, we have a T5 torpedo. These are the homing torpedoes. Passive acoustic homing. Note, this weapon was designed to lock onto the loudest noise after a run of 400 meters from its launch. This often proved to be the U-boat itself, and the standard issued orders were to dive immediately to a depth of 60 meters after firing from the bow tube, while a stern shot was to be followed in complete silence. The target must be moving at a speed of 10 knots for this weapon to work. A minimum of 10 knots, so interesting. I didn't even realize we had that. I completely missed it. It looks so similar. Anyway, let's just load some regular T3s in. What do we have here? This is a fat... That's okay, we'll leave that. I did not realize we had that homing torpedo. That is very nice for them to give us that torpedo by default. I did not adjust our armament import at all. Just took what they gave me. Okay, we're going to swing around like so and come in towards the targets. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's take a look. All right, scope is up. Hello there. Hello. All right, lock on target. What are you? Well, let's just go ahead and identify the one in the rear since I already have it up. It is indeed a Granville type freighter. One in the rear is a little trickier. Lots of ships kind of have this profile. It is a smaller ship. I'm only going to throw 1 torpedo her way. Just flip through all these. Coal freighter. No. Probably missed it. Okay. It's obviously not a sailboat or a little tug. It's slightly bigger than that. Probably like 2,000 tons. Intermediate tanker. No. Here we go. Coastal freighter. Yep, that's indeed what it is. 1,811 tons. Not bad. We're going to wait till they get a little closer before we try to establish their speed, but we can attempt to get their range here. Four kilometers out. That's fine. They're obviously going to be much, much closer than that by the time we engage. Okay, we established their heading was 090. We'll probably just stick with that for the time being. So their current angle on bow is 20 degrees to starboard. Okay. And we can adjust this as need be. And we are going to wait for the target to get closer. What is the length of this vessel? 78 meters. So we can use the Uyag to speed out the small merchant here, which we will do momentarily. Okay, we are going to slow down. Going 1 knot. Yeah, let's just barely crawl. No need to move all that much. Let's try to establish a speed. I'm guessing around 7 knots. So we're going to use the Uyag here. You really just need to time her from bow to stern. And you have these various colored scales on the dial here, which you can used to establish speed. So this target is 78 meters. That means we're going to use the 75 meter scale, which is this green color. And we'll time from bow to stern. It looks like she has a gun on the rear. Not too surprising there. Most merchant ships are armed. Okay, and stop. There we go. Speed 5 knots. That's what we got there. We will redo it, of course, as she gets a little closer. This method works best when you're really slow and the ship is close to your bow and at a 90-degree angle. Oh. We don't want to completely slow down. It's very hard to maintain depth when a submarine is all stopped. And she's getting close. This is going to be a nice close shot. Okay, let's do this one more time. We got 5 knots the first time. Just want to double check our work here. Start. Let's see, they're saying her angle on bow is 60 degrees to starboard. I think it's a little more extreme than that. Maybe closer to 70 at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like 5 knots probably is a accurate speed reading. Give or take. And stop. Okay, we got 5.5. Yep, that's what we'll go with. Range to targets around 700 meters, but we'll just... Good measure, 634. We can also... 650. We can actively ping her. Not much of a worry. We're going to shoot tube 2 at this target. Her draft is 7.3 meters. We'll set it a little deeper, like 8.5. Tube 2, 5.5 knots. Angle on bow. Let's check this. Target at 90. Angle on bow is 70. Yep. Perfect. We're going to wait to fire at that target because this is the one we're excited about. 4,000 tons. Length is... Oh, 78 meters once again. Let's time her. Probably will fire 2 torpedoes at the Granville. Let's see, her draft is 6.1 meters. What do we have? We'll fire tubes 4 and 6 at this target. Yeah, it looks like 5 knots once again. Okay. All right, this target is passing. Everything's looking good. Range. Oh boy, come here. 500 meters. Set, angle on bow 90, open. Oh boy. 7.3. All right, los. Okay, next target. Lock on target. Range 550. Angle on bows a little more like so. Let's just bring this up real fast. 90. Angle on bow 70. Speed 5 knots. All right. Open tube 4. And we'll aim for the structure. Close. Open tube 6. Okay, we hit the other target. Let's lower our scope a bit. Alright, tube 6. Close. There we go. Other target has been hit. No visible fires or anything like that on board. It's good we actually hit her though. Let's check this. Yep, torpedoes are running hot, straight, normal towards the target. Not as synchronized as I would have liked, but I think we were still going to manage to hit the Granville type freighter. There we go. There's one. Ooh, these torpedoes one may actually miss here. There we go. Let's see. It ran right under. Interesting. Well, let's see if this last one hits.
Torpedo
there we go.
Treffer.
One impact. Interesting that that torpedo ran under. We've had some bad luck with our magnetic eels this patrol. We'll chalk it all up to sabotage. Let's begin reloading.
Die Leute sind von Bord.
Okay, reload. We want to load G7Es. And we'll also load this fat torpedo, this T1 fat. Okay, 3 torpedoes launched, 1 hit, or 2 hits, excuse me, 1 on each ship. We'll see if that is enough to sink them. That Granville, that's a pretty dramatic fire on board her. And I can't make out any sort of list or anything on the small freighter here. Want to avoid being spotted by her searchlights there, but that is quite an impressive view. That's a massive fire, wow. I don't think the coastal freighter is going to survive a magnetic torpedo hit. And the Granville's iffy. We hit her right in the engine room, I'm guessing. Let's see. Where did we hit her? You can pull this up. See if the Granville freighter's here. Granville freighter. Oh boy, keep missing it. Okay, we didn't really hit her in a critical part. It looks like the engine area is right underneath the funnel on the Granville, which is not, that makes perfect sense now that I'm thinking about it. But we'll see. We may have blown off a prop or something like that. Time will tell. Time will certainly tell. Overall, I'm fairly happy with that attack. I can't help torpedoes not going off. It is late war. Production standards have increased dramatically. You can also check. And it looks like both vessels are Canadian. And look at all the smoke billowing from that Granville. She's certainly slow. She is certainly slow. I think she may be actually just dead in the water. Well, I'll give it some time. We'll see if they end up sinking. If not, I will fire another torpedo to finish them off. This coastal freighter's booking it out, but she is taking on water in the stern. We'll see if that's enough to actually drag her under. Well, we have just received confirmation that she is going down. That was the coastal freighter that ended up just randomly exploding and going down. You can see her distress flare there. And she is completely gone. She sunk within a matter of seconds after that catastrophic explosion went off. I wasn't able to catch it on camera, but this Granville is still burning, and she is definitely dead in the water. I'm going to give her some time. I don't want to waste another torpedo unless absolutely necessary, but we'll see if she ends up going down. It looks like she is taking some water on by the rear. I don't know if it'll be enough, and I'm sure her damage control party's working on that and maybe even trying to get propulsion back online, so I don't want to wait too long. Anyway, we will see, and if we need to fire another torpedo, so be it. But, I mean, especially from this field of view, we can see she is definitely getting lower and lower in the water. I think it's only a matter of time. Well, I was moving into position to administer the coup de grace, and she exploded as well. Something cooked off, and that is the end of the Granville. That adds 2 ships to our log, both sunk on December 2nd, 1944. Around 2 hours apart. The coastal freighter went down at 1:45 and the Granville type went down at 3:34. So it's pretty interesting. This Granville type was very stubborn. Like I said, I was maneuvering into position to fire one last torpedo to finish off the Granville when she just ended up going down on her own. So I guess I'm glad I was taking my time with maneuvering into position. Battery power is around 90% at the time being. We're going to put some distance between us and this position, as I'm sure there are allied escorts inbound to investigate what went on here. So we're going to move rather quickly. I do want to pop up my snorkel before daybreak just to get a fresh breath of air and recharge our batteries just a little bit. So we are going to continue on our course, heading towards grid BB96, which I am currently, this one's grid BB96 right here, and flee the crime scene. It's currently the early morning of December 2nd, 1944. We popped up our snorkel a little bit, got some fresh air in the boat, and recharged our batteries a little bit, and now are continuing on towards our destination. That will conclude today's episode, though. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it does really help out the channel. But that's all I have for now. This is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.